a coffee.
Coffee, yeah.
Yes, yes, please.
Coffee?
Sure, thank you.
Sure.
Yes.
Probably 2 more, me and Ellie both have coffee.
Okay, 5 coffee.
That'd be great. Okay, you're on now. Guard what you say because it's live.
Where are you?
No, you know what?
These are
Chris
so
is bringing out
nice.
coffees for everybody.
Oh, I brought cream.
Who's that?
Looks like I.
That too.
I too.
And there's some guy in between us.
Isn't it? He's
The-
older than us.
The other brother.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
But
What was that name? Is your name? Oh, no, my friend said, are you or are you your brother?
a lot of fun.
I think I've got that one. That was really neat.
You
Isn't
know that guy who's living.
What am I gonna do with these pictures?
Some old
When the
photos.
people, I'm gonna give them all to Franklin, get you know, that family, right? Down there.
And when Mark,
Okay.
Mark
It's
does
my
mine,
fault
he
that we're
digitizes
late.
it.
Because I didn't sleep last
Take
night
all
and
the
I had
pictures.
a hell of a time this morning.
Yes.
I took,
And then,
I
like,
got
I'll
my
keep the
Tylenol
pictures
threes
that Floss's
with
family.
codeine
do
and I took 3 of them. I shouldn't
They
take
can have
3.
that, but.
No, I wouldn't wake up if I
This
took
family,
3.
It
Well, you
doesn't,
have to take
I
them
don't
early
sleep,
enough.
it doesn't put me to sleep. It
They
makes-
don't?
No.
And their brother,
It would put me to
What are
sleep.
you doing? You got too many things going through your head that's not supposed to go through your head?
Pardon?
What makes you not sleep?
oh, he
I
was
don't
in
know,
pain
I
last night.
just can't
Like,
sleep.
what, are you thinking about things?
Well, normally when I go to bed, I'm asleep in 2 minutes or less. So when I'm laying awake like that all night, it really bothers me.
I think you're thinking
You wanna go
about,
fishing?
yeah.
I'd love to.
Eh? Well, they put in new docks in the city there, and you walk out, goes out quite a ways into the lake.
I saw them
And I-
coming through, yeah, they're beautiful.
Yeah.
And I noticed that there's still open water just beyond that.
And that first thing Ron says, oh, go and get,
So you go fishing off there, you
go
might catch
get
a
Frank,
bass.
he says, and then
How
I
far
should
do I
go
have to
fishing.
cast? Like, that's a long way, isn't it?
Did you find
Well,
out
it's
how
not that
much is
far.
the boat being rented, Trish?
2,000 a week.
That's a lot of money.
2,000 for a week.
That's
For
a
the
lot of
houseboat?
money. Does it float?
Yeah, that's petty cash,
It's
isn't
on the
it?
water now.
That's just petty cash.
It is? Oh, it's
You
not
see anything
here?
in there that you wanna,
Yeah, it's on the water.
Oh, yeah, I
Well,
see
that's
it
a
down
big
there. How many
schooner there.
bedrooms?
Yeah.
1.
Oh, I thought she said 3.
No, it's 1 bedroom.
only
and
got 1
It's
bedroom.
upstairs, you have to walk up these stairs that are kind of like,
Oh, I thought she told me 3. Oh, maybe she said they were gonna add on.
you remember
To
Dick
make
Schrank
another
when he
2.
retired?
He couldn't go any further than what he was.
Aye?
2,000 is too
Was he
much.
sergeant?
I don't know.
Frank, I
Or-
don't
I
think
think chief
Lieutenant
warrant
Colonel?
officer or something, he was warrant officer, but warrant officer first class or
yeah.
whatever, anyways, the top of the. And he was also fire marshal at the base in North Bay when he retired.
Yeah. No,
I didn't know it.
that's at Lake Devawasi.
Yeah.
That's the cottage beside
Yeah,
the
the old
lodge.
I'll
miners
go sit over
cottage.
there,
yeah.
because I don't know if I didn't know it. It's
I
all,
had a double exposure there. I don't know what else was on there.
yeah.
Napawasi, the old miners, we used to stay there all the time.
But they all clean it up always.
It was like our own private cottage. I think we were the only ones that ever used
I
it.
think you are, yeah.
These are made out of vegetables,
Nice Mindy.
but they're really good.
And Mindy, is that, oh yeah, I see it now, when you say it. Wow. There's some real,
It's Ken's old boathouse.
Oh, yeah.
Remember his house, he had a house up here?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. I used to stay there
at the,
after he
house.
after he gave up the lodge after he retired.
Well, he went down to an island, didn't he, after he retired? I love that, see that picture, Frank?
Yeah, I wish I'd had, that would have been nice in color.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Reflection.
yep. I got it.
See the reflection, will that pick up that picture
Oh, yeah, yep.
with the reflection?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's Napawasi.
So nice, eh?
I used to call it nipper sausage.
Yeah, looks like an arrow.
Did you take the picture?
Hmm?
Did you take these pictures?
Yeah.
Yep, I can see it.
Done?
Yep,
Are you done looking?
yep.
Who's that?
Well, that's,
That Dickerson?
he was the doorman at the theater, Regent Theater,
Okay.
and, I ended up as, well, not ended up, but I used to go up to his parents' owned a lodge up near Gogama, and they invited me up. So I went up. My letter that I told them I was coming up arrived the same day I did, and I mailed it a week ahead, the week before.
Is that Roy?
Hey?
Is that Roy?
Yeah,
Look at that.
Roy Fairburn.
Fedoras and hats. And
Remember that dog, Frosty?
Frosty, yeah.
He died in your driveway.
He did?
Got run over, he was drunk.
Oh, that was when we lived out in Valcarron.
Hey?
That was in Valcarron.
Like that kind?
When we lived in Valcarron, is that?
Yeah,
Came to visit, yeah.
he was quite a dog. He fell off, or he was outside in front of the garage that Dad used to run.
Yeah.
And a beer truck pulled up at the corner and had to stop for the stop sign. Then when he started up, he started with a jerk and about 6 cases of beer fell off and broke.
And that was
Well, the
nice.
dog lapped it up. He loved it.
He was so drunk.
He had a hangover for 2 or 3 days.
I kind of remember that a little bit.
And then across the road from there, the dairy had, they still delivered milk with horse-drawn carriages back then. And they had their barns over there, and the place was just crawling with rats. And they were coming over to our place too. And this little guy here, he wasn't much bigger than the rats, but he killed them. He'd kill 20 in a day.
Really?
Yeah. The dairy wanted to buy him from us. I said, no way, he's our dog, you know.
Isn't that nice that we took pictures? Do you, like, you don't do that anymore.
Nope.
I watched
You can
him.
look on, on TV and see it, but it's so,
It's not the same.
it's just nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched him catching a rat one day to see how he did it. And it was really something to see. He'd get the rat cornered, and, you know, the rats, they'll fight back. And he was so quick, he just get him by the neck, back of the neck, shake his head, throw them up in the air, and came down, they were dead.
Broke his neck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he'd sniff it and then walk away.
So how would he learn to do,
Eh?
how would he have learned how to do that?
It was a natural instinct. So, and he almost died on me once. They had distemper, and I took him to the vet. The vet said there was nothing he could do for him. He was dragging his rear end around. He couldn't walk. He could walk with his front legs. His whole back end was paralyzed. And the old vet, he says, well, I'll give you some vitamins here. You can give to him and try feeding him by mouth, see what happens. A week later, I took him back on a leash, hopping all over the place, jumping all over the place. And I said, I came back to pay my bill. He says, no bill for that, that's a miracle.
Do you have this picture?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a miracle.
That's a good picture.
He was shocked.
Pardon?
He was shocked.
Yeah. No, he was happy as could be. He thought, oh, that's terrific. I don't know how many Volkswagens I own. I think 3 or 4. Oh, there's an old family photo.
Wasn't your
You
thing?
got that one. I'm pretty sure you
I
have
have
that.
that one. Yeah.
Which one? That one? Yeah, I have that in my house. Yeah.
Okay.
It's gonna snow. I
So
heard
it's
that.
rain and snow.
If you didn't, I could have given you that one because I got rid of
Freezing
them.
rain, so get
Yeah.
that.
I made copies of
And
one
we've
of
got
these.
the good
He
vehicle.
looks
Well,
so
that's-
happy here, right?
That's the same guy that's back there that I said that he used to be an usher or a doorman at the theater.
It all the way to Perry Sound,
I
like
know.
that. At Perry Sound.
It was his wedding. Oh yeah, the other thing I was going to tell you. His bride had a twin sister, and they didn't look anything alike at all. Completely different. And we were having a party at his place or someplace. Anyway, they ran out of booze, and I said, well, I got a 26er Canadian Club at my apartment. We still lived over at the garage then.
Yeah, yeah. 22
one that
older
Dad
kids,
was running.
yeah.
And I had my own room there, but my parents had an apartment on the side where the parking lot was.
Yeah.
And they saw me walking in with this girl. And Mom came up and she's knocking on the door, wanting to know who was. And I turned around and this girl was in my bed. She was already in bed. And that isn't the reason we went there. We went there to pick up a bottle.
It was good planning. Yeah.
And I said, no. Not now. Bad timing.
Bad time.
That's right.
Yeah.
These are great, Ross. These are really great.
Gotta get the right spot.
See, I haven't seen that picture in a long time. The cigarette butt and the chicken butt. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Who did that?
I don't know where that came from, but I couldn't throw it away. I had to keep it.
I saw the picture.
That happened where on
That's a potato.
oh my God.
Good use for a potato.
It is.
Probably your dad did that.
I'm thinking he did.
He went very past him.
Somebody does something like that.
There's books and books and books here.
Oh, got lots of them. Oh, that's Mindy's wedding.
Yeah.
You were there too.
Yeah, look
There's
at-
Milton.
Did you see that one?
Have I seen that one? No.
Are we trying to remember who everyone is?
Yeah.
But we know everybody, but we don't, like, we
Our
didn't always
history.
see all the pictures, right? So I never saw that picture. That's my mom and her second husband, Mel.
You ever heard of the Grey Cup, have you? Football?
Never.
No.
Of course.
Well, anyway, the game is Sunday, Grey
Oh,
Cup.
it's coming up, eh?
He had a Grey Cup ring.
Oh,
I think
that's
he's got it on, hasn't he?
remarkable.
Played for a champion.
Well, that's remarkable.
Montreal.
Montreal.
Played
The
for
Montreal
Alouettes,
Alouettes.
sweet.
Alouettes.
Why?
No, it was Navy. It was a Navy team.
He was Navy, right? Yeah.
Oh,
Back
oh.
then it was.
They had Navy teams? Yeah.
Back then,
During the
even
war, wasn't it? So they did.
Sarnia won it a couple of times.
Yeah, I know.
Look how
Teams from
charming
Sunday.
you. You're a beautiful woman. Wow, that's amazing.
That's my oldest daughter at her wedding.
Oh, wow. What's her name?
She's not related to Nancy.
Mindy.
Melinda.
Yeah.
When she was born, we lived in Oshawa. This is sort of an interesting story too. The radio station started a thing in the morning, the day that she was born, giving her trying to select a name for her. The radio station was doing it.
Why? That's cool.
And my wife's name was Sandra.
Yeah.
So somebody came up with Rossandra. And that's the one
Rossandra.
that won. That was the biggest choice. And she often said since then, she wished we had named her that instead of Melinda.
Look at this.
I was pretty well known
Melinda's a
every time I
beautiful
worked
name.
there.
I like it.
Yeah, that's cool.
You got a kiss.
Huh?
You got a kiss.
Yeah, who's that?
We don't know.
A blonde.
Just random people kissing you, Ross.
Yeah. Used to get that a lot.
That's right.
He was the head of advertising for Famous Players Theater.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
The guy who does all, whenever you see the ads for movies.
And trim and slim. Look at how tiny she is.
My daughter and your daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesse is breaking the wall. Why don't you come see it? It's so entertaining.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
So pretty.
He found the bricks I was talking about.
We have
She looks so
to.
happy.
We'll try this way,
Yeah.
but because they're also playing early at the same time. Yeah.
So I have coffee here if anybody wants.
Look at that! Look at this weird looking carrot.
Haven't changed much, eh? Have not changed much.
No.
What's your melody? Melody?
I tell her to guess which one's you.
Are you in here?
Oh, look at you. Oh my God. You're just a baby.
I had something in my
All over you.
The nose in my eye beer.
eye. Brought, so he was old enough to.
Yeah, it must have been like 19.
I had some beer in my eye.
That was
Frank,
back when the cat could lick her whiskers off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coffee, okay? And you can give it to her. Here. This is your mom's. Oh, these are so cute.
Her Alan.
Yeah. Gosh, he did great in his life, didn't he? He did really good. Like, you'd never know he was kind of a small, quiet kid, and then
Yeah.
he really blossomed.
Ross, you want to turn on a coffee, Ross?
Yeah, I guess so.
What would you like
Just
to
with
make?
milk, just milk.
Just
milk?
You're okay. It's a person. You're okay.
Yeah,
I remember, like when I see the pictures, I remember the feeling of being there. It was really
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
Here. It's just milk.
I
I
don't
think milk
think,
was still in his right mind.
I
too,
don't
wasn't
think I had to pay for anything. I think his father paid for everything, the whole wedding, the whole
Well,
thing.
usually the brides.
It's usually the brides.
Yeah. You're okay.
When Alan got married, Joanne's father stuck me with the bar bill and it was open bar. Ooh-wee.
Be prepared. You're okay, Rita.
I think he's in Montreal now this week.
Who's that? Alan?
Yeah.
He gets around.
Our
doesn't he?
way.
Yeah.
We'll get a chance to see him sometime.
Pardon?
Will we get a chance to see him sometime?
Well, they went out to Brandon about a month ago and they were supposed to stop.
Randy was
They
always
didn't, I
trying
guess.
to get
The
to
weather-
show me his,
The weather forecast wasn't too good, so I think they just kept on going and so they had good weather. Had nice cake too.
How come you're not in there helping them?
I already gave him advice.
I'm retired.
Oh, did you? Good.
And she said, what are you bringing all these for? We don't need to bring all these. And after she said that, I went back into my little den there and I spotted two more. Well, they're the most important ones, they're still here. Yeah.
So you tell Nancy what's
His
happening?
father
Buffet?
passed away a couple of months ago and
He's on a buffet because he's a guy, a comedian.
He's blind.
I looked it up, I got a picture, the obituary thing.
Wow.
And I was amazed how much he looked like his father. I'd forgotten. I hadn't met his parents for a long time. The last time was at the wedding, I guess.
Oh, Jesus.
Could you feel this stuff? You read through them just on your own sometime, or?
These?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll volunteer for that.
Yeah, they're handy. I just
That's not volunteer.
Just stick his hand up in
get
there.
Ooh, can
is
he
it this
fly?
color?
Yeah, that's all that I want.
That's
Yeah,
really
that.
cute. Alan and Mindy.
One thing that really gets me is the way Alan looks after Shannon whenever it's
You guys come from.
can't do it all for her. Just, everything, anything she wants.
I love Alan, he's always been that
And
way.
at her wedding, he even went to Sudbury to pick up stuff for her. I mean, just
Your sister and I were talking about that this morning, like some people are real caregivers, right? That's what they're good at caring for people,
yeah,
naturally.
yeah.
And Alan's always been that way. He's a very good caregiver.
She's not alone, and she eats and drinks.
Oh, that's Alan's wedding. Alan and Joanne.
So you guys-
Well, it says working part-time.
It's
Still full-time.
Full-time.
Is there
Sandy's mother.
And then you can,
She died
She loves to talk.
7 or 8 months ago. She was, I think, just about turned 100.
Oh my gosh. Talk to Grandma. These are so good, Frank.
they are.
Joanne was walking up the aisle in the
They're
church.
healthy, but they taste good.
I looked at her and I could see she was really shaking.
Shaking, yeah.
And they stuck my tongue out. And she laughed and she was fine after that. She says, that saved her.
Frank, are you having coffee, hon?
Yep.
One coffee
I
left
just
for
felt
you.
like I had to do something, and that was the first thing I thought of. I was just saying, Joanne walking out the aisle when they were getting, her and Alan were getting married, she was shaking like She was about to pass
She
out,
was really?
and I stuck my tongue out at her. And she laughed, and then she was fine after that. She said that saved her.
And the kids who don't have children, I'll give them one These are present nice. for their.
They took the edge off, right?
Because my daughter will never have children, nor my son won't either, I'm pretty sure. You know, it makes me sad.
Yeah.
But Gabrielle's really close with me and she's having a baby, so at least I'll get to
There.
hold Gabrielle's baby. But my
She's got a
daughter's
swelly
baby,
belly there.
She
Yeah.
doesn't want to have kids. She has 4 kids. I had Davis.
The
when I was
unexpected
3.
baby.
Yeah. I wasn't
That's
sure.
her father,
Fine.
and she
Yeah.
lived with him. She was a millionaire, and she's living with Nancy Slaughter.
Really?
They just
I know.
got together and stayed together.
But she's just.
And
she's
then
so
she
excited about
died,
Gabrielle's baby.
and they had a
So
beautiful,
maybe
really, it's an expensive one, there's no way he could afford it. Her son
He's younger, way
said,
younger
"Stay
than
there,
she is.
I'll
He's
keep
like
paying
9
rent.
years younger
As
than
long as
she
you're
is.
alive, you're
I'd
living,
love to have
it's
her.
yours."
Yeah.
She's like, I don't know if I can do
It was nice there.
And I said, you don't have to.
And he used to drive a Buick, a big Buick, I forget what model, one of the top models anyway. And he would hand me the keys to take his car, and his son, 2 of his sons said, "How come you never let us drive your car?" He said, "I don't trust you."
trust you.
All the kids are going, oh my God, Mr. Bennett is your father.
Who is this?
Oh, when Shannon was born, she had a birthmark on her arm,
Okay,
and it was quite evident at the time.
yeah.
And it's disappeared. I mean, you can still see it if you really look, but
Not anymore.
it's
Yeah.
So that's just the,
Yeah, well,
the outside skin had not formed.
Pardon?
The outer skin hadn't formed.
Frank's 6.
Over-
No, it was a
Because
birthmark.
we had one together.
Oh, right.
It's still there, but it's not as big, not as.
Yeah, he's young. He's 26.
He's married.
He's getting married in April.
Yeah.
And somebody, I remember one of the nurses saying, "That's a good luck, good luck
He lives in an
thing."
apartment where he's
Well,
the
good luck for sure.
superintendent,
It's killing
so
us.
he doesn't have to pay rent.
Well, that's good.
And Aunt Lucy also gets paid.
After she gets her operational,
But he
we'll
went to
hope
school
and
to be a
straighten out again for them.
But he doesn't want to
She
do it.
did pretty good in that.
That's a good job. I know.
Her nature was so good.
Oh, no, well, his own partners was,
Yeah.
everybody's happy the way it
He's
is.
super happy. He has really bad.
Yeah, one of these
anxiety
Bad Sheila got a book that she gave me about 3 or 4 years ago.
and part of the job, he really likes
And
it.
it's
He likes
funny, it
it.
says,
He's a lot like
"Dad,
Frank.
tell me about
He's
you."
got a good personality.
And it's a fairly thick book, and you have to write in different things like it asks about relatives and what I thought of her when she was growing, what I did for fun when I was a kid, and I had,
Oh, that was good.
well,
He's been suicidal before. And I said to him,
I haven't done much with it. Lately I've added a few things, but
so I don't care if he doesn't want to work.
I brought it with me.
He is working.
We were talking this morning about Christmas trees and
And his,
having,
you know, it's
actually
like
having a
he
real
is,
Christmas tree, a real live Christmas
he has
tree.
done-
No, that
Was so,
was,
but what it was like when we did,
oh yeah,
especially that little 2-room house where you brought in a real tree, it was,
yeah.
yeah, the pine scent was, smell was really strong.
So are they in Sonia, or they?
Yeah,
You know,
they're
we didn't
inside.
have, we didn't have much material things, but we had everything we needed.
20 minutes.
And that was like,
The
I
big
think,
thing back then is, how do you take a bath?
what do you have?
We had a wash tub, I
Wash
think.
tub, yeah.
Yeah.
And I got in
He's gonna
first.
get married and stay there.
I was in, and then you
No,
had to
he's
get
gonna
in
get his
after that.
citizenship.
But that,
He's
you
been
know, they
there
were good. Like, they really improvised. They were improvisers.
Yeah.
But he's a landed immigrant.
Huge
Plus
improvisers.
he
Should show
working
Frank
on
that. I
getting
used to have a beard too.
citizenship. He has to write the test.
He disappeared.
Where's Frank? I should
She's
find-
not very happy there, is she?
You can keep both.
I'd like to get him to get that picture. I'd like to get that picture, but he's got a camera on.
Canadian citizenship. Do you think, do you remember that situation?
Oh, really?
Like, what it was like when that picture was taken?
She's
No.
never been outside of Florida.
Where would it
She
be?
kept saying, oh, I really wanna see leaves
When you were in
turn
Toronto or
colors, and
wherever,
she's never seen
wherever you
I
lived?
don't know what she was
autumn or
from.
anything, and I said, you need to come here in the fall.
It wasn't
When I
much
looked
because she
out
settled
on
right
the
down
park,
after that. so.
Yeah.
She would love that. She
You
has a
look
chihuahua,
so
How
happy.
does it, you're still
Like
like that?
that's a real smile. That's why I
We've
asked
never
if you
really
remembered it.
been in the same room together. This is good.
What's that? Okay, is that a church?
Yeah, so that's the wedding.
Oh, yeah. Where do I put that in there? There's nothing to that.
Oh, yeah.
Who's that?
Oh, my gosh.
Hmm?
She's still that sweet little girl. Like she never changed. Desiree. And that dress she loved, I still remember that. She was a real princess.
Yeah.
That's pretty nice. Just looking into each other's eyes so romantically.
Arlene, I know you by yourself, I know you don't think you lost.
Do you know that, I think you know this, there are no baby pictures of me.
Healthy, you know.
Yeah, and
No.
we buy individual frozen
Don't exist,
steaks
never
from a
took-
guy in Sarnia
there's-
that has a
Was
Baby
that the
pictures
Depression?
for Dick and for you, but not me.
Well, you were born in
I guess they didn't want
1932.
me.
When was the Depression?
Huh?
14 to 18, wasn't it?
Can you take me to her?
Well, I was born in 32, I think the
Yeah.
Depression was over then,
And then,
but it didn't cost that much to take a picture. Oh, but
Well-
there's quite a bit bigger, thicker there.
Sure.
Graybeard.
I can't see it.
is that Mindy and Doug? Is that what it is?
Franklin has a bad vision.
That's Mindy's husband.
Is it Doug?
I think so.
Yeah.
Can't see it from there. Looks a little bit like Mark.
I can't stand still, I move like this without moving. And if I have my head down too long, I get really dizzy of them, and they're passed out.
Yeah.
Is Ray dancing somewhere?
No, when you see that one, I tend to.
Yesterday I phoned out here to see if you guys were here yet. And
Washing dishes and then putting away my.
Noel had already sent Nancy a text message that you guys were here, but she didn't tell me.
Oh, well, you weren't right there, so.
You can see.
Have the kids ever look at these?
Hmm?
Have the kids ever look at these?
No.
Well, they can't bend to watch it before.
It'll make you dizzy.
And it's so busy and it's just,
So many of them are really, really, really nice.
wish I could afford a housekeeper, just come in once a week just to do my.
They have a
floors
Christmas
and
card.
Still have
the
that
bathroom.
panda somewhere.
Consider that a disability, and can't you get that paid for?
Oh, I was on
Ask.
a government disability, yeah.
So then-
yeah.
Emily,
You should say,
Kathleen,
"I can't not
Mary, who's that?
clean the house. I
And
can't
the,
do it."
Mark and
I got
Allison.
someone to do
Eh?
that.
Mark and Allison's.
So I think
I don't-
paid for it.
Oh, yeah.
That's right there.
August the 5th, 9:35. That's another time for baby born.
Because she lives with her grandma, who's older.
9:35 p.m. Big baby, 7 pounds. Almost
And
eight.
I tutor
Yeah.
her. She's taking university courses online.
15 and a half
So I
ounces.
just read everything to her and type what she says.
I got pictures here somewhere of Dean with his first birthday cake. Shannon bought 2 cakes.
So, does she have, does she have?
Saw that before somewhere else.
Braille?
So the first one was just put down in front of him, it was chocolate cake.
She can read like
And
this.
he went into it with his hands, he had it all over, which is just what we wanted, so.
Buying print either like this, I cannot read that.
Whose is that?
That to me is
Desiree.
not, like it's just.
Desiree
What is it?
White line
to John and
going
Mark
out.
William.
And you close up.
Well, that's a
and
map
I'll get that.
showing where to get to the church, I guess.
Yeah, I probably did. I did that when I was at work.
that takes a
I
long
did this
time.
from work
So for
when
her
I was
to
working
do
at the church.
a school course, she can't do it unless somebody reads it out loud to her. So
Groomsman,
I
Frank
just
Van
finished
Preet, Brian
reading
Van Preet. Where were you?
The Psychology of
You were
Grief,
there, Frank.
a
Who wasn't
whole
there?
textbook
Hmm?
to her.
Frank Brown.
And I've never taken psychology before. And she got
Bride
an
Given
A
in Marriage
minus.
by Brian.
So it was fun. And I just type her answers and I read the book to her and read the questions. And it's a good job. And you don't have to claim the money because it's considered respite care because she's legally blind. So
That's what my girlfriend's looking for, is a respite care for her autism son. Her autism son,
yeah.
right?
And see, that's what my
She's
daughter
having a hard
can do.
time.
Yeah, it's hard to get someone.
You did the teddy bears too?
Oh,
He's
out
still in
here
diapers,
too, like,
He's still in diapers and he's fine.
I got along really, really well with Paul and Julie.
He can talk, but not sentences, but he can say like, oh, that's the dog. He
Yeah,
can
nice.
say milk,
Put that
he
inside
can
there.
say,
Back
like,
on
you know,
here.
like juice,
Yeah.
but for anything.
to communicate is hard.
Communicate, yeah, for if he's
Those are
early,
nice.
you can't tell you that.
We never did have that.
That's
Did we?
it.
Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something to have cabin up
You'll
on?
have to
Yeah.
figure it
On
out.
stilts?
Yeah. But, yeah, so like.
He built something out of most cities now, they either tear it down or you have to pay property tax.
Dick and Ann, and, he keeps running the. Right there,
Oh,
we're
that
doing
whole bunch of
bad,
bags
you know,
here.
running down.
Yeah, 'cause my daughter does that. She
Well, this poor old album, well, there's one album here that's really falling apart.
Yeah, and this is it, she's afraid.
There's a Sudbury book I was telling you about.
Oh, yeah.
That's where the post office used to be. That building isn't even there
I
anymore.
wonder if I can get a
I
copy
don't
of
think I
this.
can do that for 64.
I wonder if I can get a copy of it.
I
need a young person.
Yeah.
Brenda would really be interested in this. We tried to get one when we were here. We were downtown and there's one,
Nobody does.
one was being available, but we never got it.
You know, we went to, yeah, no clothes, no shoes, no nothing.
Mhm.
Yeah. Like
Our family and
constantly,
family.
like you say.
Box 33.
Yeah, oh yeah.
See, she
He's
did
a,
get
he's
that.
a,
He's a Robbie.
oh
Most
yeah,
of us,
he
he was
does
a-
get it paid. But it
the
says
steps
yes,
on the
they
left.
say, I need some.
And you have to have special training for that.
Yeah, yeah. Because these kids, they're kids, well, some, you know, they're all different, all aspects of the, oh. They're all crazy, they're all different in their, arches, you know? And,
Oh, there was a
yeah,
pool and a steam bath in the basement of the creek block. I can remember that, we used to go there for,
The creek block, what's that?
sauna, steam bath.
Oh,
They don't go
In Sudbury.
anywhere or do anything because
First
their
place I
son is
went-
so big
We
and
went to for
strong.
steam bath, I think.
Oh yeah, that was
You
the big
can't
thing.
get anyone to look at them.
That, the steam bath was a big thing.
Yeah.
Did you? Oh, that's nice. Want 5?
Get a copy of this for Brenda.
but, yeah, they are.
These are personal notes about Sudbury.
And they say, yeah, like, you know, that actually her end up in a whole. a group.
Father worked for McLeod's as body shop foreman, but not at this location, wherever. All trucks sold at that time had to have the owner's names painted on the doors. And almost all sold at McLeod's were hand lettered by our dad.
Our daddy.
I've got my dad here, but. Remember that? He used to do all the
Oh, yeah.
lettering.
I know.
Trucks.
Or the striping, it's a lot of striping.
Even for other garages, actually,
didn't he enter a competition? A pinstripe competition, didn't he win one of those? For doing pinstriping
Pinstripe?
on a car, like it
I don't know
was
about
all,
the competition, he might have, I don't know.
it was freehand.
But he used to do that, that was, he worked at Ford for a while, with Ford Motor Company, and that's what his job was, pinstriping.
Which was
By
free-
hand.
By hand, I know, like this. right?
There weren't very many people that could do it. Had to have a steady hand.
What's the book you're looking at now?
No, what I did, the old book is,
Oh, Sudbury, that's the book you were talking about.
Anthology.
You think he might make another one? Another book?
I don't know what he was on it. He was getting pretty old, so I don't know what he followed up. He was
and all different flavors.
considering it.
How far did he bring it into present day?
This was his second book. He did one before that, but I wasn't able to get a copy of it because they were all sold out. And they weren't reprinting it. Pictures of Silverman's in there where I worked, from the Regent Theater where I worked, some of the schools we went to. Queen's Athletic Field. I ran about between 7 and 8 miles to get to a track meet at Queen's Athletic Field. And I was in the 100-yard dash. And I got there just in time to change, run across the field and get on my spot. And I got the lane with the big mud puddle. After all that running, I won the race. I was
Because you're in running
flying.
mode.
Oh, I felt terrific that day. I could beat anybody.
Well, 100 yards is not much compared to 8 miles, right?
I don't know, go ahead.
What's that?
I like it.
Oh, my telephone message pad?
Yeah,
It's about $4 now for
it took some wet.
They had,
Oh, I used to use it too.
Walmart.
Well, because a lot of these,
Had, yeah, all these.
a lot of these you can actually check off because they were true, right?
Yeah. Remember,
Yeah, they're $20.
make one of those out for my boss. I'd never seen it before.
That takes their calories.
And I just put it on his desk and, while he was out for lunch or something. Came back. And I heard him laughing and I knew what he was laughing at.
It's hilarious.
No, we got no shopping. Storage.
Like a snowy, blowy day.
Oh, I might have had a note on the back of that other one.
Yeah, there was, yeah. I'll try and find it.
Oh, that's the title of the movies and when they were released. So that dates the
That,
theater. That's the capital.
That's what it says.
Maple Range Hotel, I remember very, very clearly.
Yeah, it's gone, long gone.
He met on
When we were in the Lions Club band, we used to have our Christmas party in there. That's where the Lions,
Are there any
Used to have
pictures of
their
that
meetings.
at the Lions Club? Oh, I remember this really well.
yeah, we live right near it.
Down this road. We lived right about down here.
Depends on whether that's looking into the city or out of the city.
in his office.
The welcome's on it, going out, isn't it?
Yeah.
You see the pictures on the wall everywhere of all these.
Yeah. They never stay long enough to look around.
On the old Kingsway,
I
yeah.
remember they tore it down because they had to widen the road. In North Bay, we were smart, they had to widen the road too. They just moved it. They didn't tear it down. Well, they had to tear it down and rebuild it. They just moved it to a new location in a park.
He was already walking out the door, so I really don't
Sit in the office.
sit in his office, you know.
Must have had an old on the back. Oh, that's
That's the one at the theater. isn't it?
another theater. I
That is another thing.
met my love again, 1938, Joan Bennett and
And
Henry
it's going
Fonda.
to the shows,
Yeah.
because you know, now
That
that
theater,
we,
theater.
It's so expensive too now.
we get in free.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Oh,
has a
yeah.
outside house,
Alright,
so we just go in.
I just put it in the front row.
Pay for it.
that's nice.
Right,
The
front.
only thing we
And
pay
I'll
for,
put it in later.
popcorn, we get some discount too.
Or I could put it with this one.
Some is popcorn.
I don't know what these, they got a
Last time
whole
we
bunch of
went,
stuff in there.
right? I
Started to
think
look
we
at
went
it.
to- Oh, cause I had my Irish one and see my
See
neurologist.
what this is.
And after that, we decided, oh, it's really enough to go to the show.
Oh,
So,
Yeah, I remember this one.
Yeah, they gave us the discount on our software.
February 9th marks the deadly anniversary in Coniston.
You need to do a show these.
It was about 47 below zero,
Yeah.
and ice crystals like fog. It was like just like fog. And this bus out of Coniston had to cross railway tracks, and the driver opened the doors to look to see if there was anything there. He didn't see anything, didn't hear anything, and he started to pull across, and the train hit it. Killed 9 miners. So that same night, I was riding on the bus, same bus line, same route, and the driver started driving quite a bit faster than normal because it was all open country then. We were way out in the country. He hit a rut and went up in the ditch. And I grabbed a pole as it was going by. I was going by it, but that's what saved me from getting hurt. A couple of us walked over to a farmhouse not nearby and got some help.
Same driver?
Hey?
Same driver?
No, the driver was, of this bus was in pretty serious mental shape by then.
I would imagine.
Just, I think he cried for about 6 days. It really hurt him
I met my love again.
because he had a good reputation as a driver.
Here's the met my love again one.
Okay. Well,
How old are you and your mom?
The names of the movies.
Yeah.
Like at this range, this is all I remember myself about Nickel Range Hotel. Mostly we're sitting in the lobby. Sitting in the lobby waiting for our parents to come out. There was a lot of that.
yeah.
A lot of waiting.
Yeah, mother would go down. on
Well,
the
they were
bus.
having a beer or two.
Yeah, she went
Or
down
3
on the
or
bus
4.
about 3 or 4 and then hauled off to save a table.
You're younger than me. So she was 19, and our brother was like 13 and had no mom and dad. So I raised him.
Elma
He turned
Frugal.
out all right, but he had a lot of trouble for a while.
You'll see a Silver Gray restaurant in there.
And you lived in Farnham?
Silverberry Restaurant was where we went every second Friday to get
And
fish
Mom
and
used
chips.
to wash dishes there.
Yeah, yeah.
That's where she met
Do you see each other?
Mary Boyle's mother. They worked
He owns
together.
the house I live in. I'm pretty sure that's.
She had
that's
a really
there.
broad Scottish accent.
How come you went every second Tuesday?
The house that we.
Every second
Payday?
Friday.
Every payday?
Payday, yeah.
Payday?
I gave
Yeah.
it to him because.
That's where I learned to
Mom
swim.
and Dad always
That's where I
thought
learned
they
to
used
swim.
Say your brother will get the
Oh,
house.
the Y.
YMCA.
I never took swimming lessons.
So when
Did you learn to swim?
Say you have to
Hey?
divide everything
Yeah.
up.
You learned
Oh
how to
yeah, I
swim?
learned. I got pushed off a dock in deep water. I found out I could swim.
Yeah, that's how eventually I learned how to swim, but I didn't swim till I had that happen.
That's the only way to learn.
That's from her.
That's what did it.
I went down near
You
the
probably
bottom.
pushed me.
My sister got money.
I went down. I was near the bottom of the lake. It was Lake Ramsey, and I looked up. I could see the sun. So I thought, well, I can bob back up there. Yeah, I didn't. Bob straight up. Oh, I paddled around. I was fine.
It's like a dog.
Not now, he sold it, but he lived there for.
It's nice you have this book.
Oh.
And
That,
then he
you know,
bought a house very close
because
to
for
where
us, it's more,
For me to live in.
So I worked there too.
Another house for
Yeah.
Luke to live in. Frank's oldest boy.
No,
You worked at the Century
Right
Theater?
near us.
yeah, but just when the manager went on vacation. But he married a woman that was quite a bit younger than him.
He has 2 sons.
And I knew
He's
her
been in each of them.
brother and her father quite well. Both of them were named Jim.
The house that Luke used to live in.
Yeah.
Now he
And,
rents it to somebody else. Because Luke
Oh,
moved
about
to
7 or 8 years ago, she phoned me. And she was living in
He's ever drinking
Little Current
still.
on the island, Manitoulin
He
Island.
got remarried.
So we've been exchanging Christmas cards ever since. I've never met her.
She's from the
I don't have a clue what she looked like.
I think she knew he had drinking problem.
That's pretty
But
peculiar.
I said to
Yeah.
him, were you honest with her? And he
That's
Charlie was my boyfriend.
Last year, got a card from her, said, I'm still here.
My only real love.
16,
Hey?
17.
Charlie, my only
He
real
comes and
love.
stays with us all the time.
Oh, the night name of the movie.
I know,
No,
and I pretty well.
him.
Yeah.
We-
He was the only one I really loved.
Oh, in Manhattan. Oh, yeah.
Charlie Boyle.
Yeah, yeah, we do.
This is their son,
We used to go over
Yeah.
every day at 5
Mary and
o'clock in
Alec
the morning,
Boyle. This
get him ready for
Mary's-
school, then come over after school.
No, it's Silver Bridge, that's where they work.
yeah, yeah.
Did Ross know Charlie? Charlie
The
Boy?
only reason I know that is just when,
Charlie Boyle?
well, just when
Do you remember him?
and
My boyfriend?
you know, like
Yeah.
pictures.
And there's another story there.
I wish he could live
I was at,
He
when I
got
first moved to
beat up,
Elliot Lake,
kids
I
stole
joined-
backpack and
well, I started bowling
his
anyway.
cell phone, he got stolen.
And
But my daughter last Christmas,
I saw
she was
the
telling
name
her
Alec
friends
Boyle
that
there,
he's been
and
bullied.
their youngest brother was named Alec Boyle. So I started talking
He's
with
really
Owen. He was the best bowler in town. He was on
He's
TV
not
and
fat
everything.
now.
But
Yeah, he got
I said, "Are you originally from Sudbury?" And they're sitting in a bar.
He got really bad.
He goes, "Yeah."
And he's
Next
got
year,
a,
4 sisters. I think I said 4 sisters.
he's got a,
He goes,
his
"Yeah."
jaw is
And I was,
not
"Your older
right.
sister is Mary?" Yeah.
Like crazy.
She's Ross. Then he recognized me.
Long ways around, but he got it. Hey, did you hear Ross? Trish was talking tonight that in here at 6:30, there's a gentleman coming who's a blind ventriloquist.
What?
He's a blind ventriloquist.
You showed them who was
He's
wrong.
gonna be here.
He's gonna be here.
He's gonna be here at 6:30.
Who?
The blind ventriloquist to
Oh.
entertain.
Oh,
But he doesn't have a puppet. He picks somebody from the audience to be the dummy.
oh, that's easy. Lots of dummies around.
And I think she
I'll say
said,
he volunteers.
she thinks the CBC is gonna be here. That'd be interesting.
Wouldn't that be interesting?
I know.
That would be go in our memory book, wouldn't it?
Yes.
There's a picture of a gas station in here too that was for sale. It was
Especially
a
if he
White
picks one of these
Rose.
two to be the dummy.
Oh,
And
isn't
I
that
was-
funny, eh?
I was checking on buying it. I was
You wouldn't wanna pick
considering
me.
buying it. Take a look.
Huh?
I remember that, yeah.
Not you.
Not me.
I still remember the real estate agent.
Solomons.
Yeah.
I saw my first jet plane on the roof of that building.
You were up on the roof, not the jet plane, I thought,
The
presume.
jet plane wasn't on the, up there, no.
I thought he meant the
But
plane was
Norman
on the
McGilvery,
roof.
he
Yeah,
was
me
the
too.
guy I
He
worked
was standing
under. He
on
was
the
my
roof.
boss at Solomon's. And he was a very intelligent man and a magician, musician. He was a fantastic entertainer. That's what he should have been doing. But anyway, we heard that the jets from North Bay were going to be flying over Sudbury. A couple of, well, I think there was 6 Sabre jets they were back then. So went up on the roof and I says, "Oh, I hear them coming. They're coming from over there." "You can't hear them. They fly faster than the speed of sound." I said, "Not all the time."
You can hear it now.
Usually hear them
And a
when
few
they're gone
seconds
by.
later, here they come.
Yeah.
That'd be exciting, right? The first time you saw a jet, that'd be
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that here?
We used to walk to the post office, box 32.
More, yeah. We got coyotes right now.
You think it's 32 and I say 33.
Watch out for
32.
the coyote on Tokyo. Give me dog
Definitely
cats
32.
in, because that's what they go
Yeah,
after.
yeah.
I've got it somewhere.
Yeah.
Actually, I got an envelope mailed to that address.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it says box 33.
Every year they migrate at the same time.
You prove it to me and I'll believe
Elliot
it.
Lake is one of the
Yeah.
Show me.
stop off
Yeah, show me.
paths.
Oh, I might come across it, yeah.
Yeah, you will, if you're-
Right there,
Go through pictures, yeah.
from the highway, so they just. So, oh, winter, I
1964.
had old tracks in my yard.
See, if it was 32, I'd remember that because that's the year I was born.
Yeah.
So
So
that's why I
Little-
keep thinking it's
Really?
33, not
Are they
32.
big? Yeah.
Huge dog, for instance.
Big Penny.
I went, oh my
Hmm?
God.
Is that Big Penny still there?
Yeah. So.
The big
we'll-
nickel,
we'll be getting-
well, there's a big dime
Well,
and a
Coyote's are
big
in now.
penny
So the
too.
wolves are probably
But the
in
dime and the
Florida,
penny
not
were
here.
shipped off
They're
to other
coming
towns.
soon.
Oh, yeah.
So all they kept was the big nickel. still there.
Still there.
They refurbished it a few years ago. It looks beautiful. Looks.
Oh, wouldn't that be nice, yeah.
And I had a
That would be
bear
nice when they
there
did
I had
that.
to brand.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, scared the shit out of me. I just heard this growl and yelping and I.
God, if you get back in future, don't ever, I never think about it.
They're
Never.
scared of you.
Yes,
like,
they are. They're
scared.
not, they're
No.
not, they won't attack people.
Well, unless you see the
Unless
picture,
they're
you know, it's not gonna pop in your mind, right? But once you see the photo,
Yeah.
it brings you right there.
It triggers it,
Yeah.
yeah.
When you get to the one that,
And then one night,
the picture of,
the
Lions Club Boys Band.
Mhm.
I think Dick said.
And her dog went
Dick was in it,
nuts.
yeah.
No, in the picture in here.
Yeah.
And,
That's, okay.
Yeah, I was,
they're barking, so I said, "Jen."
I was there at the time, but I was in a
like
different
just
part of
to
the
see a
picture. I
bear
didn't get the
climb
whole
over
band.
that.
Oh my gosh.
Because Max, he kills.
They didn't
bears,
want to ruin the film.
So the bear
So
just.
this is 2013,
And
this
then
book
one
was
day,
made.
Jenny was
Hmm?
I went
This
to
was
go
done
in
in
my car and I
2013.
just ran around the corner to get in and he was
That's pretty
standing
new.
there, standing
recent.
there,
Yeah.
there. She said, I just
Ray Thomas, 2013.
I just went, yeah.
He's the guy
Because they
that,
climb over they
published
come
the book.
across the highway, and then they climb over our fence, right? So I can hear them and then they
How the
shit
church
in the back
appeared
of my yard.
after.
Oh, jeez.
Being
And you ever
rebuilt
smell
following the
beer
first
shit?
fire.
Oh, God, you don't want to now. Oh,
Bad egg.
Those candles.
yeah. But to that, to be
Well,
all,
if,
but
the
you
picture
either
of
wood
the
fence,
United
because
Church
they would
in,
climb over it anyways.
Mineral Lake
With
and
the
there,
neighbors,
like
or
that.
you have a wood fence.
And they just.
It's not
climb
there
up.
They
anymore.
just climb.
Coffee
It's
milk
gone
A few
hard.
months ago.
And I told them to get his bird feeder in the winter time, get.
Oh, cause they'll eat the seed.
Remember I was telling you about
They came.
the United Church? We used to go there with our
Destroy your.
friends.
Yeah,
We go to the United Church one week and next week we go to the Catholic Church, their
I
church.
said, trust me, I'm up, and I can just hear them climbing over the fence.
No discrimination, we just,
You know, make
Yeah.
a noise.
I probably wouldn't have
From
seen
the
it
nail.
if it wasn't for my
I said,
brother
it's
here.
not the raccoon.
I wasn't allowed to leave the
Raccoon
house.
would make noise like that.
Unless he
It's
brought
not
you
heavy
somewhere,
enough
right?
for it to make the sound.
well, I had a guy working for us, go back to Cochran's, Cochran's Unlock. Had a guy working for us, an old Italian. He called it caca hard.
Good Italian.
He was close. Hardware.
Yeah.
Oh, 1950s, before our time. In 2013. So that's the same panoramic view as this.
Yeah. Yeah, same hills. Slightly different angle.
Here, that would be,
Have you guys ever
Goes
gone
to
to
here.
It's up there?
Yeah.
I have, cause I have relatives there, yeah. But we haven't taken Franklin in there.
so not that much
We should
difference, but
probably do
it,
it.
Ross and I.
Yeah, a lot of the photographs are supplied to them, and just the people that gave it to them were guessing at dates.
On the train, she
Yeah.
said.
And we went to some.
Is that thing still on?
It's always
I
on.
think I
Eh?
had a
It's always on.
appointment or something.
It's always on.
Yep, it's got a little card in it, a little flash drive like that.
Oh.
Mark gave it to me.
I had one of those in front of me
And
a few months back.
they were driving around.
They were taping my story, who I was.
Who's doing that?
And they were supposed to let me see it after it was edited, but I haven't heard from them.
Who did it?
Oh, it's a couple of people in town.
That'd be interesting to see.
Yeah. They had 1 hour. 1 hour to just talk about whatever you wanted.
Let's see that little thing there? It's got a little stick in it, and it'll record for 8 hours solid.
Wow.
That's what I need. I know to record my history because I haven't got time to write it all down.
No, you can talk, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
just talk.
We have tons of videos in there.
kind of like a tape recorder, only
Yep.
it's visual.
Yep, just
And
talk.
Press the button.
when we got finished with the hour, they told me my hour was up, and I
Tape
says,
themselves on their
I've got a lot more hours left. I said, I barely touched on my life.
You can't do it in an hour. You'd never be able to do it in an hour.
We've been married
I
26 years, but we were.
didn't even get to say anything about
When he was still.
taking Mark to a hockey game.
But we weren't together.
Yeah,
but
you
we
were
knew each other.
friends, yeah.
That's a good story, though.
We took him to a game at Maple Leaf Gardens while it was still in existence. Well, it's still there, but.
Not the same, no.
And the tickets I had were 2 rows behind the Maple Leafs bench. So if that game was on TV, we were probably on. But when we were sitting there, a couple of men came in and sat in front of us, and I said, do you want to meet Wayne Gretzky's agent? So anyway, the game started and we didn't get a chance. So during the first intermission, the two of them stood up and I said, hey Gus. Oh, hi Ross. And I introduced him.
The Gus.
Gus Badali, he was Wayne Gretzky's agent at that time.
Right.
But he worked for a branch of Famous Players Theaters.
He did?
Yeah, he was, no, Wayne.
Oh, Gus.
His agent.
Gus.
A branch called Theater Confections. We had,
Hey, I remember, when you told us that, I remember that guy, that Gus, I remember that name, that he was in charge of confections.
but Wayne fired him not too long after that. I don't know why. He got another manager.
Remember when that hockey game was?
No.
Mark's talked about it, but I never asked him when it was.
We rode the subway down there and Johnny Bauer was standing beside us on the subway.
On the subway, going to the game.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't playing then, he was already retired.
But he's still going to the game.
Yeah.
And if you don't have it, they're miserable.
And he, when I looked at him, he knew I recognized him, and I just grinned.
They create it, right?
Because I know she likes me,
Yeah.
but
No fuss.
No.
Maybe you don't realize it.
Yeah.
that's it.
Give you.
And I remember one time at the Regent Theater here, we had to change the marquee twice a week because we changed programs. And we came out one Saturday night, and I noticed a couple of letters were in the wrong place, and all the ladders were locked up. The police paddy wagon pulled up, and we were talking to him, and he said, oh, just get up on the paddy wagon and fix it from there. He pulled up on the sidewalk. Jeez. And one time I was just walking along the street a little bit farther up here, and the police cruiser pulled over really quick. Two cops jumped out, grabbed me, and put me in the car.
Just
There
goofing
were all
around.
kinds of people, and then people looking, oh, what's going on here? Oh, what?
There's two Ross in the
They're
car.
just doing it for fun.
Because Lucas goes there and he'll say, oh, I have to sleep in the
It's nice to be chummy with the cops, eh?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
When you look at a book like this and it brings back so many memories. Weird.
That is really good.
Calls me grandma now.
I don't know, do you think it's still possible to get one?
So Ross said they're sold out of print, like right away.
Well, the first edition was sold out. This one probably is too.
You talk to all your kids now, or just a couple of you?
Well, he talks to all of them, but not
You'd
Jacob.
have to get a lot of orders to make up another.
Jacob is the second oldest.
Got the ISBN number.
Sorry,
Hmm?
he just doesn't.
We have the ISBN number here.
Always been a weird
That's
kid.
that's the real identification.
Yeah, so the library's gonna have it, right?
Yeah.
For sure.
Frank always reaches out to him, but he's not interested.
Yeah. Oh, you know,
Canadian.
you know, you did your part and you can't do any more.
Can't
You
make
know,
people
you
like
are.
you.
And-
Yeah.
With
The sad thing is,
Publication
he has
data.
4 children. They don't know us. So, but he also wasn't talking to his mother either. He just doesn't talk to anybody.
It was first published in 2013, that's not that long ago.
No, I know it's not long ago.
I know he talks.
That's probably
to
when I got
us.
it. It's an 8 on here.
I don't think he talks to Zachary or Gabrielle very much.
Let me take a picture of the number.
I got mine about that in 2015.
He's kind of prejudiced kind of guy, and like he knows Gabrielle is a lesbian.
I don't know if he's even still alive. He might not be living anymore.
But he'll call her, like he'll say weird things about her.
But his first book, I did look through the first
So
one.
I know they have a relationship with the girl,
The garage where
not with Jake.
Shannon bought her car,
His wife was
Mitsubishi. They had the first edition. It's probably still sitting there. So anytime I go up there with her, I look through it. Well, that's the one, I think that's the one that had the picture of the boys band.
At least they're not in our hallway.
The first
Not
one.
this
I
one.
guess they were in our hallway, like sniffing under the door at her.
Come in?
He wants a drink.
That sounds like they're pounding steak.
Okay.
Sounds like they're tenderizing.
Oh, Kevin's working on something.
Well, Tricia's up there on the deck.
The grandfather's house.
And her husband's there too. They're looking at what they're doing with the room and having a smoke.
Oh, talking about probably doing changes again.
Remember a few years ago you did that list of what schools we attended?
Yeah.
I've got it in here somewhere. Along with a couple of corrections.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Those stairs that go down to the bottom
We
there?
each remember different things.
They
Okay?
were built
We
on-
each remember different things.
The guy that built
No, the
them
reason I
built the
remember
city
is,
together.
remember I was in that school play called Down Among the Fairies?
That's a play?
Yeah.
That was one of them.
He had a little, like,
Back then,
fairy up, yeah.
back then it meant real fairies, not the other kind.
Red, green and red, wasn't it?
And I was an almost good elf. They picked the most mischievous kids in the school to play these parts.
Oh my god.
So they have to,
Get it inspected and.
yeah, or else tear it down and rebuild it and get a permit.
Oh, yeah, these
So
are
they just left it, right, they just
Block it
block it off.
1930s.
That's at the old Iron Bridge.
Yeah.
We used to walk, we used to drop snowballs off
We
into
used to
the
sit down
smokestacks
there and eat.
of engines that were going by.
And over there in that
The,
corner,
the CP tracks are underneath this bridge. The bridge isn't there anymore. It's been replaced by a walking, well, there's a walking bridge. And then there's another bridge farther down, I think, for cars. I haven't been up that way for a long time, so I don't remember. But anyway, it was somebody from the railway grabbed us one day and gave us hell for dropping snowballs in the smokestack. As you know, if that cold snowball hits the side of the boiler, you can blow the thing up.
That is really strong memory, that,
That sign?
yeah.
Yeah, we lived near this one.
Yeah. That was like not even a 5-minute walk from the house.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you saw it daily, pretty much.
3 minutes.
Yeah.
At the pace I go now, that is.
That
That's how
walk
close.
downtown, that was a long walk down to school. Because you were all,
We didn't walk, we ran.
I know, we did.
Anyways, so they kinda took over.
What gas station is that?
So we go in
During the 1940s, during the war, they were talking about women working, taking men's jobs.
The cloud. There's a picture that Cambrian Ford was using a couple of years ago of this garage. It was on their commercial and it had all the employees lined up. And I'm pretty sure Dad was in that picture. Next time I go by a Cambrian Ford, I'd like to go in and see if they still have it.
Where?
Cambrian Ford in Sudbury.
Okay, okay, we're forward.
They probably still have the picture.
Oh yeah, they would
Is
have
that
it
still
because they
there?
supplied it for the commercial.
Yeah.
But that's, originally it was McLeod's and then they changed it after, changed hands a few times, I guess.
Well, no, I mean, I don't try to log it down,
And then Dad
but.
got a pretty raw deal from McLeod's at one point and he left there. Ended up working for Sudbury Motors, they were the GM dealer.
I seen the light bill on this place, crazy thing.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
But he worked on the desk there, people making appointments and that sort of thing, so he didn't have to do any estimating anymore.
Hours all night, 24 hours outside.
Yeah.
Everybody knew him.
There's your Regent Theater. I love going in the balcony.
The balcony.
Mhm.
This Regent Theater opened at noon every day and ran till midnight.
Really?
So I used to put in 13-hour days there.
Slowly,
I worked
where she danced.
13 weeks, 13 hours a day, 7 days a week at one stretch. That's 3 months
Did you have a
without a
projection?
day off.
Did you have a projectionist too?
Right?
Did you have a projectionist?
Projections? No, I was assistant manager,
You had one, right?
assistant mangler.
Yeah, there's a projector.
Yeah,
You always
but
have to have somebody up in there
Yeah.
showing the pictures.
That's back, well, actually, it's still that way yet. I haven't decided what I want to be when I grow up. Or what I want to do, what I want to work at. I haven't decided yet. I think I better hurry up and decide.
Yeah.
But this is just like falling into a job. Like, you know, before that I worked 5 years at Solomon's in the display
Yeah,
department.
yeah.
So you're not going anywhere when you're
You
working.
know, when you go
That
in,
way.
they do
I
the
started
windows.
off-
Yeah.
He was dressing dummies.
Window dresser.
$15 a week, and it was 11 or 12-hour days. I was working about 60 hours a week for $15.
So the theater was a big step up.
And, yeah, and I was forced into that job. I got home from school one day and my dad says, you're not going back to school tomorrow, you have a job at Solomon starting tomorrow morning.
Sweet, thanks.
And I had, what, less than a month to go to graduate from grade 10, and I never got grade 10. So anything I learned after that was on my own. I did take night courses or correspondence courses, and tried to improve my knowledge that way. And then after